normal speed, limited hearing, full stop, making lane change, signaling human being you are. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Start with a quote by calling 1-800-FARMERS.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Now for the legal something.
Not available in every state and discount varies. Only available with select Farmers branded policies subject to terms and conditions underwritten by Farmers Drug and Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Finally, the brightening power of vitamin C meets the correcting power of retinol in one supercharged serum. New Super C Serum from Strivectin, the only formula that combines vitamin C, retinol, and patented NIA 114. Clinically proven to restore radiance, smooth fine lines and texture, and visibly firm skin. 97% showed improvement in skin brightness, and 100% showed measured improvement in skin firmness. Try new Super C Serum today risk-free. Visit Strivectin.com for free shipping and returns. That's Strivectin.com.
Jerry Reynolds here, the Car Pro for my only certified Chevy dealer in Southern California, Rotolo Chevrolet. You'll see why when you visit their number one in the entire state of California. Mike Capozio, the general manager, is not only my friend, but a true professional committed to your service and satisfaction. They'll help you find new roads at Rotolo Chevrolet on South Highland in Fontana. Take the 210 freeway, exit Sierra. Connect direct with Mike at carprousa.com or their website, rotolo.com.
The wait is over. Football is back in action. That means you can watch your favorite players like Baker Mayfield and Saquon Barkley on Hulu Plus Live TV. Start your free trial today to watch football all season. Get access to over 65 channels and the largest streaming TV library, including exclusive originals and the hottest shows and movies. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at hulu.com.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
5:14, I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Coming up,
LA may start enforcing parking rules again after months of leniency because of the pandemic.
I'm Bloomberg's Mona Rivera. Alcohol sales are rebounding as drinkers head back to bars and restaurants. That story is coming up in 5 minutes. Evacuations are ordered as a brush fire near Santa Clarita grows to 300 acres.
These stories next 15 minutes, 5:15 now. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the fives. Here's Denise Fondo.
Injury crash in Azusa, 210 eastbound before Vernon has finally cleared from the lanes. This was a motorcycle and a truck. Your lanes again reopen, and that reopens the carpool in the left lane. And you still have slow traffic out of Arcadia. And we've got a wreck at LAX 405 northbound La Cienega off. It looks like we've got a crash right at the bottom of that ramp. Let's head to Brian Douglas, 14 Jam Cam.
Southbound side of the 14 here in Lancaster, we had a truck catch fire. This is a fuel truck, and only the right lane is still open. Southbound side right at Avenue J, although it looks like at this point all lanes might be blocked. Hazmat just showed up there, so some slowing southbound from Avenue I. And the Martindale fire continues to burn just southeast of Bouquet Canyon. You might see some smoke still from that 14 freeway as you make your way northbound. Let's have a look at the 605 between the City of Industry and Norwalk. Overhead, Scott, and the Southern California Toyota dealers, Sky One.
Starting off with the 605 northbound, slowing off the 105 up to the 5. Then it actually picks up. It moves pretty good, but some additional slowing right around the 60 heading up toward the 10 up through Valley Boulevard there. And then southbound, you're going to get slowing right around Washington Boulevard. That's going to be on and off slow heading down toward the 5, Denise.
And in Burbank, we've got a couple of trucks in a crash reported 5 northbound just before Empire. Next report, 525 with more traffic reports more often. I'm Denise Fondo in the SDCCU 24-hour traffic center, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Dangerously hot and dry conditions expected for most of the week here in Southern California. We'll have gusty offshore winds, and our temperatures will continue to climb as we head into the middle of the week. So temperatures today for the coast, upper 70s, mid 80s for LA and Orange County Metro, upper 90s for the valleys, triple digits for the Inland Empire, mid 90s for the high deserts, and mid 70s for the mountains. Wednesday will be the hottest. Right now we have a heat advisory until Thursday night, and then our red flag warning for the foothills and mountain communities of Southern California will last with us till later this evening. Wind advisories are for the foothills and mountains of LA and Ventura County, and that's also going to last with us till about 3 p.m. this afternoon. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Amber Lee for KNX 1070 News Radio.
Your Semper Solaris temp, 79 downtown LA, Fullerton, 84, Ontario, 96.
It's 5:17. While traffic in the city of LA has thinned out because of COVID-19, the Public Works Department has managed to take advantage of the scaled back traffic to do a lot of needed road repair and improvements.
In areas normally clogged with of business traffic, the traffic loads plummeted. And Street Services General Manager Adel Hashkhalil says teams of workers were able to focus on areas that were desperately in need of repair.
Many of the streets in downtown LA, in the high commercial areas across the city, in the valley, in the west side and downtown, that haven't been paved in a long time because of traffic, and it's difficult to impact businesses.
Streets that would normally take 5 to 7 days to repave and repair were completed in 2 to 3 days. And in addition to repaving, mobility elements like bus and bike lanes were rapidly installed. Hashkhalil says there's no timetable yet for the economy to come back to normal, but as long as it's diminished, they'll move as quickly as possible to complete as many projects as possible. That will make commercial and business travel a lot more reasonable when the traffic does come back. Pete Demetrio, KNX 1070 News Radio.
The free ride for parking law violators in LA may just about be over. Because of the pandemic, city hasn't been enforcing parking laws for street cleaning, abandoned vehicles, oversized overnight restrictions, peak hour, anti-gridlock zones, expired registration. But those relaxed measures scheduled to expire on Thursday. City Council is expected to vote Wednesday to resume enforcement. Mayor Garcetti had extended relaxed parking laws across LA in August to make it easier for people to stay home whenever possible without being concerned about getting a ticket.
Most of the money in a program to help struggling renters and landlords across Riverside County still available. About $9 million of the $33 million in the United Lift program have been given out. Kimberly Stars with the Inland United Way tells KNX people can get up to $3,500. Landlords can get up to $3,500 a tenant.
So landlords, there's no limit. We actually just wrote a check to one group for over $500,000. And then that was for more than 140 tenants.
Census Bureau data shows about 336,000 adults in the Inland Empire were living in households that were behind on rent at the end of August. That's 30% of all tenants in the region. Star says if you need help and want to apply for the money, you can call 211 for more information.
COVID infections and hair loss.
Doctors are reporting more and more cases of hair loss that they think might be caused directly or indirectly by COVID.
How do we isolate the illness from just the stress of COVID in general?
Dr. Dendi Engelman, a New York City dermatologist.
And they can also lose body hair like eyebrows and eyelashes.
Doctors say they are seeing both female and male patients with this apparently COVID-related illness. Charles Feldman, KNX 1070 News Radio.
520, Mona Rivera checks your money.
Wall Street had one of its best days in 2 weeks, partly on hopes for a last-minute stimulus deal. The Dow climbed 410 points, 1.5%. The S&P rose 1.6%. The Nasdaq was 1.8% higher. Banks and major tech companies, which have been beaten down this month, rebounded. Airline stocks rallied on hopes for a new relief package before federal aid runs out this week. And the pilots union agreed to pay cuts to save jobs. The union reached the deal with United and is negotiating with other airlines. United shares jumped 5%. The company behind some of the world's biggest alcohol brands says drinking seems to be getting back to post-pandemic levels thanks to business picking up in bars and restaurants here in the U.S. Diageo, which makes liquors and beers such as Johnny Walker, Guinness, and Smirnoff, is reporting a better-than-expected outlook for the months ahead. We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Mona Rivera from the HMS Capital Money Desk, KNX 1070 News Radio. An intelligence expert says hackers are doing their best to interfere with the presidential election. Details 90 seconds away. It's 5:21.
This is going to be anything than just another presidential debate. Donald Trump.
If you don't get it right, we will not have a country anymore.
Joe Biden.
This will mean 1 million new jobs.
The first presidential debate, live from Cleveland. Join KNX tomorrow night at 6 on your smart speaker, online at radio.com, on the radio.com app, and on the air at KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
I never planned on being in an accident, but that truck didn't stop. The truck accident left me with so many questions. Do I have the best doctors? What about my car? The medical bills? Work? I need help. I gotta call the Barnes Firm. That was the best call I could have made.
At the Barnes Firm, we've handled thousands of accident cases. Our team works to answer all of your questions and help each client get the best result possible. Attorney John Sheehan is responsible for the content of this advertisement. West 5th Street, Los Angeles.
Thinking about life insurance? Did you know in just a few minutes you can find the best price from up to 10 price competitive companies for free? You can with SelectQuote. For example, George is 39. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $22 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino, and believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. We shop some of the most trusted life insurance companies to save you time and money. Within minutes, you can find the right price for you for free. Go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
There's a crash tying things up on the 210 in Azusa. Our eye in the sky is over that. We're also updating a crash on the 710 in Southgate when we check the roads again in 2 minutes. It's 5:23.
New warnings as we get closer to Election Day. Intelligence experts tells KNX Russian agents flooding social media with lots of disinformation.
The plan, according to Tim Weiner, is to sow seeds of distrust in the election system and thus make Americans question the legitimacy of the results.
We know what they did in 2016, and they're doing all that and more right now.
Weiner investigated Russian interference in the U.S. election process for his book, The Folly and the Glory, America, Russia, and Political Warfare.
What they want to create is a way to sabotage our democracy. They're getting a lot of help from the President of the United States to undermine our faith in the vote, to undermine our faith in the result. That is their highest goal.
Weiner says the Russians have a busy month ahead as they do all they can to disrupt another U.S. election. Chris Sedens, KNX 1070 News Radio.
So far, all is well for NASA's latest trip to Mars. It launched July 30th on a mission to search for possible previous microscopic life and to set the stage for future human visits.
Mars 2020 Perseverance is a spacecraft, along with it palm-sized mirrors that will rest on the surface of the red planet. There will be satellites orbiting Mars that will aim laser lights specifically at those mirrors and then take the bounce-back information to develop very detailed maps of specific areas, potential landing sites on Mars, maybe one day for human missions.
These landings by humans can be done with a guide laser and land not too close, not too far from that location and avoid potential hazards.
Scientist Simone DiMoniello speaking with KNX. The Mars 2020 mission also includes a Perseverance rover with wheels to crawl the planet, and Ingenuity, a small helicopter drone, scheduled to land February 18th next year. Craig Figner, KNX 1070 News Radio.
The Martindale fire is burning fast and forcing people out of their homes in the Santa Clarita area. We have the latest coming up at the bottom of the hour. It's 5:25.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Brought to you by CashInTheCan.com. Here's Denise Fondo.
In Southgate, we had that injury crash with a truck and a car that just cleared out of the lanes. That's good news, and I hope it helps with your backup. That 710 southbound is absolutely jammed as you make your way out of East LA. Now for Lancaster, you still have a SIG alert on the 14th southbound before Avenue J. The two left lanes are still closed. We had a truck crash there earlier today, and that was a fuel truck. So fuel spill is underway right now, and at times all the lanes are closed, but you also have the right lane to travel through at times, and we are expecting this work to be done by about 6:30 tonight. Plus, there is a fire burning southeast of Bouquet Canyon in the reservoir, so that is also visible from the 14. Let's go to a busy Surface Street wreck. Brian, La Cienega Jam Cam.
This is affecting really both sides. It happened northbound La Cienega before Hill Street, so right at the bottom of the ramp from your North 405 exit, and you've got some big delays there. Looks like CHP actually shut that ramp down temporarily. And southbound, you were shut down completely at Centinela, so you can't use La Cienega. You're going to be forced to use La Tijera, and that's going to be tough from Centinela as you make your way down towards that 405. Let's get an update on the problem in Azusa on the 210. Scott's overhead in the Southern California Toyota dealers, Sky One.
Well, there's a crash here, 210 eastbound right at Vernon. Denise did clear it last time around, but there's still some right shoulder activity around this problem, and you will have a backup starting just about Santa Anita on that 210 eastbound out of Arcadia. Even getting your attention westbound, some slow traffic out of Glendora. Expect a backup starting right around Grand Avenue. Denise.
We had a felony stop in Claremont that closed both sides of the 210 at Baseline, but it looks like everything is wrapped up. Auto do-it-yourselfers. If your vehicle's AC isn't working, you're going to use a can of R134A automotive refrigerant to recharge it. So before you do, visit cashinthecan.com. Learn how to recharge your AC right, get your deposit back, and help the planet. Visit cashinthecan.com. Next report at 5:35 with more traffic reports more often. I'm Denise Fondo in the SDCCU 24-hour traffic center, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Warming up through the middle of the week.
The peak of wildfire season is upon us. Governor Newsom says prepare. And the decision mutual. Doc Rivers is out at the Clippers. More in 3 minutes. It's 5:27.
Businesses of all sizes are earning valuable financial incentives from PECO to save energy and reduce costs in lighting, heating, and cooling systems, renovation projects, and much more. Boost your bottom line and benefit from lower operating costs, less maintenance, and reduced overhead when you invest in higher efficiency equipment. These valuable incentives from PECO can help you take greater control of your energy use, making your business more profitable. So don't miss out. See how much your business can earn today at PECO.com/more savings.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter finds the right people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
With ZipRecruiter, we've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists.
And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/today. That's ZipRecruiter.com/today.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Remember, that's Cars with a K.
At Stater Brothers Markets, we believe when it comes to feeding your family, you shouldn't have to pay more for great quality. That's why we say, if you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference?
We have over 20 unique family brands, names like Cleo and Leo, Full Circle Market, and of course, our Stater Brothers brand, all offering the best in quality at an affordable price. Grab a few the next time you're in. You won't be disappointed, we promise.
Stater Brothers Market's family of brands. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference?
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Our top local story at 5:30. A brush fire that's threatening homes in the Castaic Canyons area near Santa Clarita has grown to 300 acres with no containment. LA County Fire Inspector Henry Narvaez tells KNX people are being forced from their homes.
There are some evacuation orders for homes along the Bouquet Canyon from the reservoir south to mile marker 11.5. This is about roughly 10 to 12 homes.
An evacuation warning is in effect from there south to the Texas Canyon Ranger Station. 2 super scoopers that had been helping fight the flames have been pulled away for now, but helicopters and fixed-wing planes are assisting crews on the ground. The Martindale fire broke out around 3 this afternoon off Bouquet Canyon Road, southwest of the Bouquet Reservoir.
The governor very concerned about the fires in Northern California, the extreme fire danger here in the south.
Thousands of people are evacuated as homes and wineries burn in the Napa County glass fire near Santa Rosa. This as the Zog fire also explodes near Redding. Governor Gavin Newsom.
An active wildfire generating a lot of attention, appropriately so, a lot of consternation in and around that region that has been hit over and over and over again over the course of the last number of years.
Newsom also concerned about the Santa Ana winds and blazing heat descending on Southern California.
You combine the dryness, you combine all the other activity that has led to this historic wildfire season. Clearly, we are maintaining our vigilance, and that remains a top area of focus in this state.
Governor Newsom also talked about the Bobcat fire and praised firefighters for the progress they've made. Emily Valdez, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Doc Rivers is out after 7 seasons as head coach of the LA Clippers. KNX 1070's Brian Ping has this live report with more.
He did just about everything for the long-shadowed franchise except for getting to a conference final, much less an NBA final.
Think about all the things that he did, skippers the franchise,
through the Donald Sterling era, takes Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and kind of recreates the team into Lob City, survives new ownership, convinces Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to be a Clipper.
Steve Kyler, managing editor of BasketballInsiders.com, says not even the acquisitions of those two stars could save the team from deeper issues.
I do think that there was a real sense of an internal rift when player after player comes out and says, we didn't have the chemistry. Our chemistry wasn't right. We didn't have the togetherness that other teams have.
Rivers is expected to quickly land on his feet at the helm of another NBA team. As for the Clippers, assistant Ty Lue, who coached LeBron James to his title in Cleveland, will get serious consideration. Karen, Mike, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. 5:33. A judge has handed LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva a courtroom loss, ruling the sheriff cannot rehire a deputy who'd been fired from the department. Since the beginning of his term, the sheriff has been repeatedly trying to reinstate Karen Mandoyan, who was terminated in 2016 following allegations of physically assaulting, stalking, and harassing a woman. The LA County government filed a petition to stop the rehiring, saying the county's Civil Service Commission found Mandoyan had violated a number of rules, including lying to internal affairs. Supervisor Sheila Kuehl tells KNX once the Civil Service Commission decides to terminate somebody, no one, not even the sheriff, can bring back that employee.
And not only campaigned for him, but was a bundler for him, which is a person that puts together a whole lot of money from other people to get a person elected. And I believe he also drove him and escorted him a lot during the campaign. He's a friend.
Sheriff Villanueva repeatedly defended bringing Mandoyan back to the department, questioning the allegations against the deputy. Mandoyan's attorney tells KNX he's planning to appeal the court ruling, and according to Supervisor Kuehl, taxpayers will have to pay for those legal costs.
Longstanding Vroman's bookstore in Pasadena is struggling to stay open with a serious drop in revenue since the pandemic struck.
Word has definitely gotten out about their struggles because people were out shopping in an effort to keep this icon on the map.
That's the reason why I came today. I mean, I love bookstores, and actually my coworker, and we're both teachers, she told me that they were struggling financially, so I'm like, I'm going to go there and spend money.
He had an arm full of books doing his part to help. Vroman's CEO, Julia Kalishaw.
Oh, it's so heartwarming, and we are so incredibly grateful. The outpouring in the 4 days that the word has gotten out has been astonishing, way beyond our expectations.
She says they are going to need continual support through the rest of this year and into next year, especially with the absence of the Rose Parade on New Year's Day, which would normally bring plenty of business from tourists and community members alike. In Pasadena, Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
LA County could soon move from the purple to the red tier on the state's coronavirus monitoring system. We'll have more coming up after traffic. It's 5:35.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the fives. Brought to you by Burlington. Here's Denise Fondo.
We've got a new crash in Sylmar, and this is on the 210 westbound at McClay. It looks like this is a pickup truck crash, and it's out in the 2 and 3 lanes with LA Fire Department on the way there. We still have our SIG alert in Lancaster on the 14 southbound side before Avenue J. Fuel truck crash earlier today, and the fuel spill cleanup is underway right now in the 2 left lanes. At times, when they need to, they close all the lanes on that 14 southbound for that work. And the Martindale fire is burning southeast of the Bouquet Canyon and the reservoir, now over 300 acres, and you can definitely see that from the 14. So be careful as you drive through there. Let's go to Scott with an update on the 5 between Burbank and Boyle Heights. Southern California Toyota dealers, Sky One.
Well, unfortunately, pretty slow here. Southbound 5, if you're leaving Burbank right now, it's going to get sluggish. Looks like just south of the 134 around Colorado. From that point, heavy into Elysian Park, down toward about Stadium Way there before it picks up. Northbound, not too bad, but you do have a little slowing there as you approach the 110. 91 Cerritos, the Jam Cam with Brian.
If you're westbound coming up onto Bloomfield here, we've got a crash a little bit past Artesia. This is going to be in our left lane, and it's got you slow westbound from about Valley View. Heads up for that. Our eastbound side of the 91 through Compton, slow, pretty much heavy through the 710 out to Lakewood Boulevard. Denise.
Have you been back to Burlington lately? Your store is restocked with unbelievable deals on amazing brands you love. Hurry in today. Amazing values are arriving every single day. Whether it's back to school, work, or just back, you'll love Burlington. Burlington, love the deals. Next report at 5:45 with more traffic reports more often. I'm Denise Fondo in the SDCCU 24-hour traffic center, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Dry today, 70s, 80s, 90s, triple digits for highs, just depending on where you are. More warming over the next few days. Looks like Wednesday is going to be the peak of the heat, and then we'll finally come down once we get really through this week and into next week. 5-day forecast, 5:45, 95 in Burbank, 79 down downtown LA, 84 in Fullerton.
It's 5:37. 3 weeks after Labor Day, LA County health officials say there is no sign of a post-holiday surge in coronavirus infections. In fact, only one new death is being reported today, but Monday numbers are always low because of reporting lags over the weekend. And Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer says not all of the numbers are encouraging.
One note of caution is the very recent increase in the percentage of deaths that are occurring among people between the ages of 18 to 28. Now, 5% of all recent deaths were among young adults, and this is up from less than 2% of all deaths since June.
Still, new coronavirus infections, hospitalizations, deaths, and test positivity rates are all lower than they were at the beginning of the month. There are more than 600 new virus cases in the county, pushing the total above 268,000, and more than 6,500 people have died.
Orange County, 133 new infections, no deaths, encouraging numbers as the county's hoping to move up to the orange tier in the state's COVID-19 system, giving them permission to reopen more businesses, more sectors of the economy. Some of the Orange County schools began bringing back students to campus for in-person classes last week. The county says if 5% of a school's population gets infected, the campus will close for 2 weeks.
He didn't mention LA by name, but in his news update, Governor Gavin Newsom said that a number of counties will be moving into new tiers in the state's coronavirus monitoring system tomorrow. If LA moves from purple to red, that could allow businesses, including nail salons, gyms, movie theaters, and other indoor businesses to reopen. But the governor warned that those moves could be quickly reversed if people don't do their part.
If we go back to our original form, if we're not cautious, if we're not vigilant, if we're not wearing our masks, if we're not practicing social distancing, physical distancing, and hand washing and hygiene, these numbers can start to tip back up, and that's going to put pressure on our tiered plan and put pressure on our ability to reopen not just businesses, but to get our schools open again, a top priority for each and every one of us.
The COVID-19 testing kiosk is going to be staying at Union Station, downtown LA, for at least 2 more weeks.
Right now, we're still under discussions with the city and the county to determine where the best place for the kiosk would be, whether if it's at Union Station or another location.
Miranda Gottlieb is with Curative, the LA-based company behind the kiosk.
What we do know is that we'll continue to offer mobile testing either through the kiosk or through our mobile van.
Gottlieb says while they're getting requests for expanded hours, some testing slots are going unfilled.
There's a lot of COVID fatigue right now, to be honest. I think public sentiment, about testing is difficult because of the mixed messages and communication. But what we are seeing is starting to see some spikes in different places across the country as schools are going back. So we will continue to offer as many test appointments as possible because we want to make sure that people have access to testing.
The kiosk, which offers appointments and walk-up testing Wednesday through Saturday at Union Station, is scheduled to continue doing so through October 10th. Claudia Pescuta, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Another check of the bad drives at 5:45 with our eye in the sky over the 10 Santa Monica Freeway. We're also updating that crash on the 91 in Cerritos. It's 5:41.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. So much, I'm going to have to speed things up. You can get the claim-free discount, which gives you money off your homeowner's policy if you've been claim-free for 3 consecutive years. Also applies for 3 successive years, 3 years straight, and what's known to insurance fans as the claim-free three-peat. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Start with a quote by calling 1-800-FARMERS.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Now for the legal something.
Not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers branded policies subject to terms and conditions underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Finally, the brightening power of vitamin C meets the correcting power of retinol in one supercharged serum. New Super C Serum from Strivectin. The only formula that combines vitamin C, retinol, and patented NIA 114. Clinically proven to restore radiance, smooth fine lines and texture, and visibly firm skin. 97% showed improvement in skin brightness, and 100% showed measured improvement in skin firmness. Visit Strivectin.com for 20% off your first Super C purchase with code Super C. That's Strivectin.com, code Super C.
Did you know that 40% of the food in this country goes to waste? You know how every zucchini is the same shape and size at the store, and how restaurants serve pieces of fish that are perfectly shaped? So what happens to the oddly shaped items? Imperfect Foods steps in and delivers those fresh and delicious imperfect items directly to you for 30% less than you pay at the grocery store. Each week, you can shop online and choose from 60 produce items and over 200 grocery items. Save money and time and help the planet. Shop at imperfectfoods.com. Use the code RADIO20 and save 20% off your first order.
The wait is over. Football is back in action.
That means you can watch your favorite players like Baker Mayfield and Saquon Barkley on Hulu Plus Live TV. Start your free trial today to watch football all season. Get access to over 65 channels and the largest streaming TV library, including exclusive originals and the hottest shows and movies. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
When you're looking for fresh quality meats, you can't go wrong with Stater Brothers Markets. Come on by and see our meat cutters. They can help you with custom cuts, seasoning, marinating, and if you need cooking tips, they can help you with that too.
This week, pick up USDA Choice Boneless Top Sirloin Steaks at $3.99 a pound, and fresh trim tri-tip roasts are just $4.99 a pound.
Visit our website for more great deals, now through Tuesday at Stater Brothers Markets.
Jerry Reynolds here, the Car Pro for my only certified Chevy dealer in Southern California, Rotolo Chevrolet. You'll see why when you visit their #1 in the entire state of California. Mike Capozio, the general manager, is not only my friend, but a true professional committed to your service and satisfaction. They'll help you find new roads at Rotolo Chevrolet on South Highland in Fontana. Take the 210 freeway, exit Sierra. Connect direct with Mike at carprousa.com or their website, rotolo.com.
Is your favorite bar closed? The DrinkWorks Home Bar by Keurig is the answer. The DrinkWorks Home Bar makes over 30 cocktails at the push of a button, including your all-time favorites, Moscow Mules, mojitos, and Old Fashions in an all-new 12-pack. Just insert the cocktail pot and press start. Now, for a limited time at DrinkWorks.com, buy a home bar plus $60 worth of DrinkWorks products and receive $75 back. Only available at DrinkWorks.com. Cheers! Keurig is a registered trademark of Keurig Green Mountain Inc. Used under license. DrinkWorks. Please enjoy responsibly.
I never planned on being in an accident, but that truck didn't stop. The truck accident left me with so many questions. Do I have the best doctors? What about my car? The medical bills? Work? I need help. I gotta call the Barnes Firm. That was the best call I could have made.
At the Barnes Firm, we've handled thousands of accident cases. Our team works to answer all of your questions and help each client get the best result possible. Attorney John Sheehan is responsible for the content of this advertisement. West 5th Street, Los Angeles.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
544, I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Coming up,
A beloved Dodger from the 80s has died.
I'm Bloomberg's Mona Rivera. The pandemic is reshaping the shopping season. That story is coming up in 5 minutes. A 300-acre brush fire forces evacuations in the Santa Clarita area.
These stories next 15 minutes. First, 545. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. Here's Denise Fondo.
We've got a new crash in Arcadia on the 210 eastbound Santa Anita. This one is already out of lanes on the shoulder, but you've got a backup that starts at Baldwin Avenue. Another problem on the 210. This is Sylmar on the 210 westbound at McClay. We've got an injury crash pickup truck in this one in the 2 and 3 lanes. LA Fire Department's handling that one. The update on that Cerritos crash, 91 West before Bloomfield. Crash still there in the right lane, and you've got a backup that begins out of Buena Park right at Valley View. Updating the SIG alert in Lancaster. Brian, 14 Jam Cam.
It's affecting our southbound side at Avenue J. Only the right lane getting by at times. All lanes are blocked here. This is an earlier tanker fire. The hazmat crew is on scene clearing up the fuel spill. You do have some delays southbound starting at Avenue I. And your northbound side of the 14. Your typical slowing from the 5 to Newhall. More slowing from Golden Valley as you make your way up towards Sand Canyon. Let's have a look at your drive on the 10 Santa Monica Freeway with Scott, the Southern California Toyota dealers. Sky One.
Well, unfortunately, somebody's house caught on fire here just south of the 10 in Arlington. So you will be able to see a little bit of smoke from the freeway, but really not affecting you that much. Just a little bit of minor slowing as you go by. Some slowing approaching the 110. Really, at this point, the worst of the slowing on that 10 eastbound is from the 405 out to about La Brea, Denise.
There's some things we just know offhand, like how old we are and who our favorite band is, and our In-N-Out order. Double, grilled onions, extra spread with fries, and a pink lemonade. No matter what you order, they'll always strive to make it just the way you like. Next report, 5:55, with more traffic reports more often. I'm Denise Fondo in the SDCCU 24-hour traffic center, KNX 1070 News Radio.
The calendar may say fall, but summer-like weather continues here in the Southland. Weak Santa Ana winds will continue until early Tuesday Tuesday morning, and that's going to bring us warm, dry, and gusty conditions. And with the low humidity, that makes it critical for fire weather conditions. Temperatures this afternoon will be in the upper 70s, and then by the time we head into the second half of the week, Wednesday will be the hottest of the next 7. We're going to the upper 80s for the beaches. Mid-80s for LA and Orange County Metro today, going to the upper 90s by Wednesday, upper 90s for the valleys, going to the triple digits starting tomorrow, but you'll probably see temperatures on Wednesday at 106 for the valleys. Triple digits for the Inland Empire today, going to 102 starting tomorrow and staying that way through Thursday. Mid-90s for the high deserts, going to the upper 90s starting tomorrow, lasting through the rest of the week. And then for our mountain communities, mid-70s, going to the upper 70s for the second half of the week. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Amber Lee for KNX 1070.